is up, my boners? This is MrITryHard here, the nastiest commentator in all of motherfucking YouTube. How you guys been doing? I've been doing motherfucking fantastic, and today I think we're gonna have a gameplay of domination on the map Overflow for you guys. It all depends on how long this commentary actually is. I might switch it up, but that's what I have on right now. If it's not, then whatever, enjoy the gameplay, it's still fun. So, a really good series on my channel that you guys really enjoy is the True Stories series. You guys are just crazy in love with that shit, and you guys want to hear more, and I have, I think, 12 videos so far. This is going to be the 13th one, and if you guys haven't watched them, there's a playlist on my channel page. Go watch them all. They're all pretty fun, and I get a lot of good feedback from those. So every now and again, I like to drop a true story video, and today, I think, I want to cover my first ROADHEAD experience. If you guys don't know what ROADHEAD is, it's pretty simple. It's when a lady, or I guess if you're gay, a man gives you oral stimulation while you're driving, hence the word ROADHEAD. And I feel like if we need to find a different word, because I feel like ladies need ROADHEAD as well. Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if I want to do that eventually, is it called head? I mean, give head to a girl while she's driving. I don't know. It'd be more difficult, obviously, because it's not like she has a fucking penis sticking out there and it's easy access. But still, besides the point. Anyways, so, my first ROADHEAD experience. I was, God, how old was I? I guess I was like 20 years old or something, and I was with this girl, and I had been trying to get ROADHEAD from this bitch since, like, every time I was in a car with her, every time we drove anywhere, it was like must try to attempt to get ROADHEAD, and it's really difficult. Like, unless you're out there just like, oh my god, please, suck my dick right now. It's really hard to like get that point across. Like, you want ROADHEAD. Like, I mean, you can put your hand on her thigh and start feeling up there while you're driving and shit, and I mean, that might work, but it was really difficult for me. Like, I had to really like try to work her up before we got into the car, and then get into the car and continue working her up. Like, I do the good old driving with my left hand, use my right hand, put it like over her head and start playing with her neck, doing all these things that, like, try to get her in the mood, trying to get her going and all that stuff. And I was like this one day I was really doing a good job, apparently. Of course it was the summer, because here in Quebec in the winter, like, oh god, we have like snow like 8 months I'm exaggerating, obviously, but it feels like if we have snow like 8 months a year, and it's terrible and it sucks, and it's like I'm wearing like 18 layers of clothing, and it's really bad, like, for ROADHEAD. Like, that's not gonna happen. So I feel like my ROADHEAD opportunities here in Quebec are like, really like shut down in like this window of opportunity of like 4 months of warm weather where I'm not wearing like 18 layers of clothing, and where she isn't either. Because, I mean, if you ever try giving ROADHEAD while you're wearing like a coat and a fucking toque and a hat and all that scarves and shit, like, it just gets in the way. So anyways, it was summertime. We were all good. I was wearing like just like, I think, basketball shorts or maybe like swim trunks, because I like to wear swim trunks around. I just like the feeling of it. And I think I was driving to Quebec, and I mean, driving to Quebec City for me is like like almost a 3-hour ride, really long ride. So, we have time to just talk and just do whatever. We were going out there just to have some fun. So, we're just fucking driving, and I'm driving I was driving a smart car. You guys know those cars, right? The really small ones? Like, they're tiny. I swear to God, I can be sitting in the driver's seat, and I can touch both windows, like both the passenger side and the driver's side windows at the same time without moving. Like, they're that small. So we are basically like shoulder to shoulder, which makes it great for ROADHEAD, by the way. But one thing that makes it terrible for ROADHEAD, like these cars, is the fact that you'll notice, if you go look at a picture of a smart car right now, the windows are just so huge. Like, the field of view, I mean, it's good for the car, right? It's safety, you don't really have a blind spot when you're driving a smart car. The windows are everywhere, right? Like you can't miss a thing. But that also means that everybody outside can't miss a thing either. So that's kinda, it's like a thing you have to be aware about when you're getting head in a smart car. Anyways, so we're driving, we're maybe, I don't know, halfway through our drive to Quebec, and I've been working this girl up, and working, and she's like, oh, I know what you want. I'm like, what? I'm playing innocent. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? I don't want anything. I'm just having fun here. And she's like, oh, you want me to give you head right now, right? And I'm like, well, you know, if you were so inclined as to take your seatbelt off and go down on my dick right now, I would not say no. And she's like, all right, we can do that. Like, that works. So there she goes, you know, she's taking off her seatbelt, and she doesn't have to lean over really far, because of course the smart car is so small, and she just like undoes my swim trunks or whatever, and just starts going ham on that thing. And by the way, kids, if you guys want to try that, or if you guys have tried that, be careful, alright? Because you don't want to get like focused off the road. This is kind of like semi-dangerous stuff. One thing that girls really fear when giving ROADHEAD is that like the guy will crash because he'll get too like into it, too horny and all that shit. I can tell you that. I mean, for me, it was not the case. I think with one thing, I really try to focus on my driving when that's going on. I don't know why, but like I really want to stay safe. But like one thing I did realize, because my smart car, like the max, like the top fucking speed is 130 kilometers an hour, which is, I don't know how fast that is in miles. It's probably like 75 or something. That's as fast as it's gonna go. It's not gonna go any faster, and it takes forever to get that speed. And I was just cruising at, like, I was going way too fast, but I was just cruising at that speed when she started doing it. And then like 5 minutes into it, I realized that instead of going like 75 or 130, I'm probably going like 50 and then 45, and I'm it's like unconscious, like I'm just innately just slowing down the car, and she is just going hard on it, and I'm like, alright, gotta speed up, you know, because I don't want to be that like inconspicuous car that's going like 40 in like a 60-mile-an-hour zone, because like you know that car, right? Everybody's driving like whizzing by at 60, and then all of a sudden, like, usually when you see a car that's going really slow, it's either two things. One, it's either a really elderly person driving the car who likes to go slow, and that's fine, you just pass them, or it's a dude getting ROADHEAD. Like, if you see a car that's going like 20 miles an hour or like 20 kilometers an hour below the speed limit, and it's somebody below the age of 30, then they're getting something, like they are getting ROADHEAD, or maybe they're just fapping in their car, like something's going on in that car. You may want to pay attention to it. Like, there was something about ROADHEAD that always turned me on for some reason. I like the aspect of almost getting caught. I like the aspect of doing stuff in public, and that was really turning me on. So anyway, so she's going down, and we get like, I'm going really slow, like I'm going like really slow, but I still managed to catch up to this big truck, like a big rig, which is the ones I actually drive on a daily basis. That's my job. But I was about to pass one because it was going really slow, because those things go slow, you know, by nature. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to pass this thing. But one thing about big trucks is they can clearly see in your car while you're passing them. And I'm like, well, fuck it, this driver is gonna get a show if he, you know, looks into my car. So I start overtaking it. I'm trying to like overtake it properly, and like my girl she's just going down on my dick, and she's like, yo, are we passing this truck here? And I'm like, yep, that's what's happening right now. And she's like, shit, should we stop? I'm like, and I just like grab her neck, and like I'm like, just keep on going, shut the fuck up, and just suck my fucking dick, you know, that's what I want right now. So I'm overtaking it, and I try to overtake it pretty fast. Like, I don't want to like linger like beside this truck so that it gets like a fucking porn scene right there, right beside him. So I'm just like, no, fuck this shit. I'm like trying to speed up. So I eventually speed up, and the second I pass the truck, he lets off the big fucking horn, and he's like, burr, burr, burr. And I am just cracking the fuck up. Like, I was just like, obviously he had seen what was going on. Like, he can't really see much, right? Because, like, she's bent over on my dick. Like, there's no way he saw my dick. But he probably got a nice view of that girl's ass, though, because she was wearing, like, a skirt, and she was bent over the fucking side of that. Like, so, like, he probably got a good view of her ass and probably figured out what was going on. Because, I mean, a head bobbing in my lap probably only means one thing, right? And, yeah, so he got a good view, and then, like, I don't know, like, a few minutes later, I ended up, rule of thumb, ladies, if you're gonna give ROADHEAD, you need to fucking swallow, alright? I don't want to have to be cleaning that shit up while I'm driving. Like, if you guys don't swallow, then don't give ROADHEAD. It just doesn't work. And by the way, if you don't swallow, seriously, just fucking swallow. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to do that. But, so she ended up just swallowing everything, and then I was just laying there, like driving with like my dick out. It is all soft now because I was done my job, and I was just like, well, fuck this shit. I just was like, I needed to rest. Like I needed to just sit down and just have a nap. That's how I felt afterwards. And she was like gritty from like ear to ear. Like there's something about pleasing somebody else that really turns people on, and for her, like it was like that was that. Like she was just really satisfied with her pleasing me at that point and giving me what I wanted. And that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to leave a rating. Hit the jizz in my motherfucking pants button. And I have a few more true stories topics that I will try to bring to you like on a weekly basis from now on. I thought of some new stuff that I wanted to share with you guys. So if you did, make sure to leave a rating. Let me know in the comment section down below what you would have done in this situation of ROADHEAD. I support ROADHEAD, by the way. Love it. Hope you guys enjoyed. MrITryHard. Bye. Bye. And bye. MrITryHard can't sing for shit, but got his dick sucked while driving a smart car. Wasn't even my car, too.